Okay, we're going to go ahead and get rolling here. People are still checking in, and we're going to go ahead and get started with the training. That way we can get everything in. We had such a large response from the, let me get this bud out of my ear from talking to myself. Such a large response about the passive marketing last week. I want to delve into it a little bit more tonight. Talk to you a little bit about email marketing, and I've got some swipes I'm going to share with you, and I will upload these swipes to the control panel, and you'll be able to download those. I'll have to get with Mark and see exactly how to do that, but I'll be able to let me go in here and move some guys over. Can't do it. But anyway, it's going to be a good night of training. I'm going to show you a couple of new programs. I've probably been asked 150 times this last 2 weeks how to make some short videos, how you can make some short videos and do some things. I'm going to show you a software that just came out. It's called Screencastomatic, and I'm going to show you how to use that and how to make yourself some short videos. It's free. Or you can spend $15. It's $15 a year. That's extremely cheap for a screen capture software that you can load right up to YouTube. You can edit from it. Now, I can tell you the version that I have tonight is going to be free, so you can't do any editing with it. But I'm going to share it with you, and if you would like to download it, you can go to Screencastomatic.com, download it. I know I talked to some guys today, and they did that. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to get rolling on. We've got a lot of new people checking in. My name is Kerry Miller, and I come to you each and every Wednesday from our IAW studios in Northeast Texas, where it's pouring down rain tonight and cold. And I was just talking to Sean there. Some of you heard us conversing back and forth. He lives in Arkansas, and it's cold and raining up there. 2 days ago, it was 70 degrees. The sun was shining, and I got my arm sunburned. So who knows what the weather's going to do here. But it's good to have everybody on this evening. As always, I always put this out. We would like you to join our YouTube channel at youtube.com/Instant App Wizard. If you would like to get the instant updates when we upload videos, we upload many training videos there, even some of our training videos that are going into some different areas. You can have the opportunity to view those and see those. Some of them may be very beneficial to you. Maybe it's a little short 2 or 3 minute video, something that you was just looking for. So I highly recommend that you go onto youtube.com. I know that many have. We have several hundred people that have subscribed to the channel. So I greatly appreciate that, and it saves a lot of time when you're looking for those special training videos. We also invite you to like our Facebook page. You have to excuse me, I'm about to lose my voice. Like our Facebook page at facebook.com/Instant App Wizard. And we have many people that have liked our Facebook page, and we greatly appreciate that. Sean keeps that updated and anything new that's coming out, and so that way you can get in there and see what's going on. One thing I do ask this evening before we get started, if you would save all your questions to the end. We've kind of reformatted the way we're going to do our trainings. I want to keep it specific to training. The last 15 minutes or so of the training, I will take questions, and Sean will be on with me to help answer questions. One thing we have found that if everybody's asking a bunch of questions that don't pertain to what we're talking about, it kind of cheats those that are here to learn something. So we want to make sure that we keep the training on topic, and that way it will help absolutely everyone. And it's just better to do that, and that way we get the biggest bang for the buck when we come on Wednesday nights. And once a month, and it's going to be the first Wednesday of the month, we will have what's called a tech call. We will have our technicians online with us, and they will be answering questions about the last 20 minutes or so, and that's going to kind of be a free-for-all. You can ask the questions, and they'll type the answers right back to you. And that way we can keep our training rolling right along. We introduced last week, if you'd like to get a free month of service and you want to refer someone to App Wizard, whether it be the 97 or 197 package. We will give you a free month. Bring on 12 people and you get a whole year for free. So, but for everybody that you refer, if you'll just let us know who you referred, and we'll check that they signed up and everything's good, and we'll give you a free month of service for that. And we've also, I know many of you have signed up for the affiliate program that's still open to you, so you can make some money referring people. But if you refer somebody, let us know who it is, and we will give you a free month for that. Once again, the new format for Wednesday nights, we're going to keep it rolling right along here. We'll open up about the last 15 minutes to questions, and it'll be questions on training, tech questions. You need to go either to the forum or to the help and support section. And I know many of you have been going to the help and support section, and I greatly appreciate that. And I know that you're able to get your answers much quicker. Okay, one thing we did last week, and we're going to continue this week, we are going to talk about passive sales. I had a couple of emails and guys that asked me, said, Kerry, can you make any money doing passive sales? Yes, you can. Passive sales and aggressive sales make money. No sales is what makes no money. If you do not do anything at all, you get zero return. Now, you have to come together with your passive sales and your aggressive sales, and we're going to get more into aggressive sales next week. We were going to do it tonight, but with the request for the passive sales. Passive sales takes a lot of hard work. You physically have to set your plan every single day, okay, to be able to do what you do in passive sales, whether it be to send out 50 emails a day or 50 Facebook posts a day, messages a day. You have to go out and physically do something to create passive sales. Now, what I like about passive sales is passive sales takes the cold out of cold calling. And there's an old term that it's still out there. It's now called a warm call. And a cold call is when you just walk in blind. They don't know who you are. You've never talked to them. You're going in cold. And that's when you get a little more aggressive, and that falls in the aggressive sales. A warm call is something you have done to alert your client who you are, what you're doing, what you're selling, and don't never be fooled. They know when you walk in the door that you're selling something. You're not going to be able to hide it, okay? But passively, what you're doing is you're inviting them to take a look at you. Now, we know in this industry that when someone sees something, it takes you, if you go out and talk to 100 people, you're probably going to get about a 15 to 30% return who wants more information. So let's take the low end. Let's say you go out and you get a 15% return of people wanting more information. So that's 15 people. So out of that 15 people, let's say, and the same is true on the sales side. It's anywhere from about 15 to 30%, depending on how well your marketing is, depending on how well you know your product, and depending on how well you're able to talk to that person and show them that your product will benefit them. Now, take this with a full bottle of salt, not just a grain. If you're unable to show that customer, even passively, how your product will benefit them, they're never going to buy. So let's say that out of that 15%, you get 15%. So that's 15 times 0.15. That's about 2.25 customers. Okay, so if you reach out to 100 people a week, you're going to roughly get about 2.25 sales. Now, let me explain that a little bit. I was talking to my son just the other day, and I was talking to him about numbers, and we were discussing back and forth, and he's extremely smart, and he figured out real quick, man, Dad, we can make a lot of money doing this. And it's like anything. That 2.25% may not come the first 100. It may not come, that 2.25 sales may not come the first 100. It may take 200 before that starts coming in. But at the end of the day, those sales will generate. I was reading just the other day, and this number has been around, gosh, I've been in sales since I was about 15 years old. This number's been around that long, and I'm only 22 now, so, but just kidding. But it takes 7 touches, and many of you on here have heard this already. It takes 7 touches to close a sale. Now that 7 touches may be a phone call, an email, a face-to-face, another phone call, another email, maybe a letter, you drop a postcard in the mail, and then another face-to-face. And that holds pretty true in the sales industry. Now that's not saying that you got to go and see that person 7 times directly, but you have to stay in contact. In the sales world, we call that what? What do we call staying in touch with somebody? Somebody just throw that up in the old question box. This is out there for everybody. If I ask you to stay in touch with someone, what is that called? Does anybody have an idea here? Can everybody hear me? Yeah. Thank you, Bill. Follow up. And there's an old saying, thanks, Raj, and follow up, follow up, follow up, follow up. You're never going to close a deal unless you follow up. I've said this many, many times, and this especially works with passive sales. If you don't follow up, you're not going to close the deal. Let's say you walk in today, and you walk in and you give this fella an invitation to your webinar, or you get his phone number and you send him over a demo. The money is the follow-up. It's in the follow-up. That's exactly right, Martha. The money is in the follow-up. And you say, hey, I've built you a demo app. I'm not going to take any of your time. Could I just text it over to you? You bet. How about doing this? How many of you have done this? You go through and you make your list out, and we're going to go through a couple of the tools that we've had for many months that people ask all the time, well, where do I find my clients? The tools have been in the control panels for months now. And you pick up the phone and you say, yes, I'm going to send over Mr. Jones a demo of your new mobile web app. Could I get his cell number, please? Now, it may take you 20 of those calls, but you're eventually going to get those numbers. You may even get to talk to Mr. Jones, and Mr. Jones says, what are you talking about? Well, Mr. Jones, I've built you a demo app, and I'd just like to show it to you. I noticed that your business is not mobile ready, and I'm not going to take a lot of your time. I'd just like to shoot it over to you if I could. And he's either going to say one of two things, yes or no. But guess what he remembers now? He remembers that his business isn't mobile ready. He knows that he needs a mobile app because you've already pointed that out to him. And now you've talked to someone directly about Mr. Jones. Now, guess what you can do? You can reach out and touch him again. And you can reach out and touch him again. See, this is all in passive sales. You're not knocking their door down. You're not beating them about the head and shoulders. You're not in there trying to cram something down their throat because you're desperate. All right? Let me mention this while I said that word desperate. Never walk into a sale needing that sale. If you walk into a sale needing a sale, you're going to be completely off your game, and they can see right through it. Always walk in confident, proud, doing what you do, and if you close it, you close it. If you don't, you don't. But so passive sales, let's continue on here with our passive sales. I want to talk to you about emails for just a moment. And then I'm going to show you a program, and I'm going to show you some swipes. Many of you asked for some swipes, and I've got some swipes I want to share. I did some research on business-to-business emails. And this is an absolute amazing thing to me. Subject lines. I wanted to know what kind of subject lines gets the greatest response. 0 to 30 is up here in the 15 percentile. Okay? Now, relative opens is low. It's about 3%. Relative clicks is up here about 17%. And relative clicks to open is right here, probably about 12%. Now, this over here, and this is subject lines. Okay? And I'm going to show you some words in a minute. Subject lines between 30 and 60 don't get any opens. So don't send a subject line out there 30 to 60 words, okay? Subject lines greater than 90 creates the most opens. Relative clicks, clicks to open, almost 25%. They know exactly what you're going to do. Now, words that count. We all know that a lot of words, every time we get emails, and I get hundreds of emails every single day, and I look at the subject line, and that tells me right there whether to put it in the delete bucket or to read it. This report, and I'm going to download this report, and I'm going to upload the report. It's completely free, and you'll be able to go through and read the report. The report also examines different keywords for different types of email. For discount offers, the word sale, okay, S-A-L-E, worked far better than discount, free, save, or voucher. So knowing that, you don't want to use discount, free, save, or voucher. For news emails, news, update, breaking, alert, and bulletin all worked better than newsletter. Issue worked better than forecast, report, research, top stories, interview, video, white paper, or download. Latest worked better than special, exclusive, or innovate. For business emails using words like money, revenue, or profit worked better than using words like ROI, asset, or industry. It's extremely important in passive sales that you get it right for it to work, as all the way down to the minute detail of the subject line. Now, I'll say this to say that. If you're not doing research on your business to make it work, especially with passive sales, I can sit here and do 5 billion trainings, and it's probably not going to work. You need to sit down and you need to Google things like subject lines for emails. That's exactly what I Googled to get this. You need to understand what it takes to reach out to people. Look at the emails that you open. This is a very good way for you to understand how to reach out and touch someone. Look at the emails that you open and the ones that you delete. Okay. The greatest flattery in the world is copying something else. Now, you're going to need to change the words up. You're going to need to rewrite it a little bit, and you're going to need to make it your own so it reaches out to your customers. But you want to make sure that everything you do is going to create a lead. It's not always going to create a sale, but it will create a lead. And leads are very, very hard to come by, especially in this industry. So you have to work to get exactly what you need. Social media, YouTube, webinars, email, Google, Yahoo, all these places are places to get leads. Let me hang on just one second here. I'm going to bring up. Matter of fact, here's a report that I downloaded. Let's go over here to our email real quick. There's a program called Yesware, and I mentioned this in the email I sent out. Email is a great way to reach out and touch people. Now let me tell you why it's important that you do it this way. Do not collect 10,000 emails, okay, and spam those emails. You need to make these emails personal. You need to put all the pertinent data on there. Even business-to-business emails have to have a subject line, a real subject line that is pertinent to the information that's in the email. You have to put your name, your address, your phone number, your business information, okay, your signature line needs to be correct. You also need to put on the bottom of that email a way for them, if they never want another email from you again, and all you have to do is put a line in there, to be removed from this list and never receive an email from me again, stop emailing me, or whatever you want to put, okay? It don't have to be on an automated system, but the FTC says, and the spam or whatever it is called, okay, says that that's what you've got to put on there. And you need to go online and you need to look it up and you need to do it correctly. Because if you don't do it correctly, then you're going to get in trouble. And I think it's like $15,000 an email or something. So you don't want to spam. Doing it this way stops the spamming. Because what you're going to do is you're going to send out emails one at a time. Now, let me go to here, right to here. We've got two of the greatest tools for you to go in and glean information for all the businesses that you want to get from. They've been in the Reseller Resource Center. I know we have a lot of new people on here that may not have seen these used. The Foursquare lead generation tool. Now, I'm not even going to use this for Foursquare tonight. What I want to use this for is to find leads. Leads that I can send an email to, leads that I can pick up the phone and call, leads that I can find out if they are mobile ready or not, leads that I can find out if I even need to be speaking to them. So let's go in here and I'm going to put in beauty salons. Bet y'all thought I was going to put in restaurant or something, didn't you? And I'm going to say Dallas, Texas. And 25 miles, and I'm going to go search. Now this pulled up 50 results, okay? The Beauty Bar, Salon of Dallas, the Beauty Box, the Beauty Shop, Salons of Dallas at the Centrum. All of these are leads. Now, we're going to do some Foursquare training in a few weeks. I want to get this out of the way first before we dig into that. But let's go in here and let's pull up the business details for the first one here. This is a great one to pull up. Right here where it says at Beauty Bar Dallas, does anybody know what that's for? Just looking at that right there, does anybody know what that is for? If you see at anything or hashtag anything, Twitter. Exactly. It's Twitter. If you see at, like this, for example, at Beauty Bar Dallas, you know they've got a Twitter account. Awesome. You should have a Twitter account. So now you need to tweet them, okay? You probably need to build them a little app, and you need to tweet them a link to that app. And if they don't respond to it, tweet it again, and tweet it again, and tweet it again. Now this place happens to have a website. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up this website, and here it is. All right, now I'm going to go back here, and I'm going to get this website, and I'm going to check to see if they're what? I'm going to see if they're mobile ready. So I'm going to copy this. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to get me a little emulator, and I'm going to check out their site. Well, I said I was. Now what does that tell me there? I pulled up my emulator, I put their website in, and what did I just learn in 5 minutes? And less than that if I wouldn't have been on here with you guys. What did I learn about this business? Anybody? They're not mobilized. Now they do have some social media going here. They've got a great website. All right. So what am I going to do with this client? I'm going to pull their phone number down. I can come to their website over here. Let me open this and I can come in here and it says email us. There's probably a contact page. Now there's a couple of things you can do with a contact page. Okay, you can come in here and physically email them from the contact page. Now I have contact pages on my website, and I get sales calls on my contact page all the time. Some of them are good, and I actually call them and respond to them. Some of them aren't, and I don't. Okay, there's also a phone number here. You can get information. You can call them and say, hey, exactly like I said a while ago, we've developed you a mobile app. We'd like to shoot it over to you and see if you'd like it or whatever you're going to do. You need to explain to them who you are, and we'll talk about that here in a little bit. So go on here. Now you can see, what is this? This place is all over the country. We got one in Austin, Vegas, San Francisco, New York, Brooklyn, Chicago, Denver, and Dallas. So this is a great lead that you've pulled up. Now let me find one over here. Let's go look at the next one. Salons of Dallas. They have no information in here. They've had 66 people check in, but they have no information here. So what I would do with this is I would take this information and I would go to Yellow Pages, okay, or I'd just go put it online and see if I could glean some more information from it. Don't never stop getting information. You need to build your database. If you're going to market passively, then you've got to build your database of what you're going to do. You cannot start without building that database. So you're going to have to do your homework, and you're going to have to sit down. The best time to do it is probably sit down at night when nobody's bothering you, or when you're not going to get interrupted, or when the phone calls aren't going to come rolling in. So we're going to do a little different thing here. Let's go over here and let's put this in Google. Let's see what we can find. You're probably saying, Kerry, this is kind of silly that you're showing us this. Now look here. I got quite a bit of information now. Here's their address. Here's their phone number. Where are they at? They are now in Yelp. So let's go to their Yelp page. Now looky here. I've hit a gold mine. I've got their phone number. I've got their information. I've got their website. And I see what's going on. I've been going to Leslie Brooks of David Sands for years. This man is a true artist, perfectionist. I go to Roz. Okay, and they've got great stuff coming in about them. Now we've got their website. Everything's a little slow when you're on here with this many people. Oh, looky there. Their website's mobile ready. Okay, so this would be somebody that you would need to look at their mobile site. Well, they don't have any social options here. So what could you go sell these folks on? They've got great comments. You could go out and show them some reputation management. You could go out and show them some Foursquare. You could check to see if they've got a Facebook page. You check to see if they've got their Twitter going on. See, it gives you a lot of options. So you can make your notes. Okay, the Salon of Dallas, they've got a mobile site. Didn't see any social media on there. So you still have an opportunity to reach out and touch them. And I'll show you how you do that in a minute. Does everybody get the point of using the tools inside your control panel to get leads? Phenomenal data that you're missing out on if you're not using these. And it can be for anything. Remember last week I asked everybody if you had a niche. What is your niche? These two programs in this control panel are great for niche marketing. We've also got the reputation checker. Let's do the same thing. We'll say beauty salons. We'll say Dallas, Texas. Okay, and we pull up a whole slew of them. Here's another 20 results right here. And the same thing, pull up their business details, pull up their Google Places, gives you all their information. This is a treasure chest of information. You can, their website, you've got all their information, their phone number, okay, and you can see their reviews on Google Places. And once again, a treasure trove of information. All their phone numbers right here listed for you. You can print out the results, print all the results, send it to wherever you want to send it, and you have all your data. A great way for you to passive market. Send out your emails, line out your day, get the addresses, put them all in Google Maps or whatever mapping program you use, and see exactly where you need to go. Does everybody understand Foursquare, how to look up leads on Foursquare, and how to look up leads on reputation management? I mean, the reputation checker for Yelp. And does everybody understand that? If I need to go over it, I'm more than happy to show you again, just real quick. Okay, we'll roll on. Let's go back over here to Yesware. Yesware is an exceptional program. All you have to do is pull down your email addresses, and you can come in and you can set up what you want to do. Now, I'm going to take a swipe here, and this is my email. Now, let me just say, and I'm going to post these swipes, go in and personalize them to your business. Emulator, what's your question, Tom? You get it in your control panel. Recommended products. Right here. It's called Opera. Just download it. And everybody else that's on new, the emulator I was using is Opera, but that's normally what I use is Opera. And you just download it. It's free. And it's a great, great product. Great product. But let's go back to Yesware. Now, I'm going to build my emails, okay? And tonight I want to focus on these emails. And you can come in. The great thing about Yesware is I'm going to be able to build my templates. And I can use the same templates. So I'm going to title this roofers. Let's do this. Okay. And I'm going to save it. Now, when I come over here and I want to come out and I want to do an email, I'm going to compose an email. This, whatever you call it, has more. And I'm going to come in here and I'm going to pull up a template. I didn't save it, but you'll get the vibe here. I'm going to use this template. And it puts it automatically in there, okay? Get rid of all this crap from. So I've got my template here, all right? And all I've got to do is pull my email down from where? From wherever I got it from my lead generation sources over here. All right? Yeah, you can use an autoresponder. You can use an autoresponder. Okay, this is just a free deal. Some people don't want to put the money out for an autoresponder. So you fill out your email. You put your email address up here that you're going to send it to. I'm going to click send. And this what Yesware does is it tracks if they opened it, if they read it, and if they didn't, you can write follow-up emails to continue to follow up with these folks. And I've got a bunch of swipes here that I'm going to send you guys. I'm going to put them up. I'll just have to get with Mark to see how to upload these. Make them your own. This one's for Google, okay? I saw you on Google. This one says, I noticed you were currently ranking on the top page of Google. All right. Now, if they're not ranking on the top page of Google, don't send that. Just say, hey, I currently found you in Google. You're going to need to change these up a little bit. Okay. I could sit here and write swipes for 5,000 years. Okay. So you're going to have to do a little work here. But get the one you like. You know, if you're going to put a video link in here, or you're going to put your link to their demo app, okay? Hey, I saw you in Google. I'd like to offer you some advice. I found a problem with your site which is causing you to lose inquiries each day. And I've made a quick demo of a mobile app that will help you with your solution. I hope it helps. Put your little link to their app right here, okay? You've already done the hard work by getting your site to rank in Google. Simply tweak in your current efforts will get your results almost instantly. Let me know if you have any questions. So you can use these swipes, but and I saw somebody post a while ago, boy, it'd be great if you guys would put all this in. You need to learn to write your own context. These are going to give you templates to use and templates to follow. So make them your own, okay? Make sure if there's a swipe and it says insert city, make sure you take that out of there, okay, and put the city in or the business type or whatever you're doing. It's great to use templates, but if you don't make the changes in the templates when you use them, it's not going to work very well. But I will upload these. I will upload these for you guys. Where's another place you can get, and we talked about this last week, and I had 100 people email me and say, could you show me the Facebook thing one more time? So I'm going to show you the Facebook thing one more time. First thing you need to do is you need to like these people. Every time you go in and look at a page, if you're going to send them something, like their page. They want to be liked just like you want to be liked, okay? So like their page. So you've liked their page. Awesome. Now you can come in and you can talk to them. Put a little something right here. Here's their phone number. Let's see here if they got any more information. PSO of Texas at PhoenixSaloonSuites.com. So there you've got their email address. So what can I do? I can take that email address. I can copy it. I can come right over here to my, I can compose an email. I can put that in there. I can type in my email that I want to go. I'm going to use it. And look, that automatically put it in my thing here. Now, if you noticed, this red shows up. That means that's in brackets. Something needs to be placed there. Now, I need to come down here, and right here it's got a video. You can watch this video here. But what you want to do is what? Build them a quick demo. Okay, it takes 5 minutes to build a demo app. Put 4 or 5 buttons on there about us. You can get all that information from their website if they've got a website, and they do. Home. They got press releases. They got services. I mean, do you believe that you could build a quick demo just using this real quick? Anybody? I mean, watch this. I can tap one button and get their logo. I can save that logo. And all I have to do is add a couple of more buttons, and I've got them a demo. And I can come in here, and remember, we can go in here and we can pick the colors. I'm not going to do all that, but that's just how quick. Somebody asked, what did I use? That is called Snagit that I pulled that logo off with. Snagit. It's a great little program. And this is what I use. There's a couple of free programs out there. Camtasia has one. I can't remember the name of it, but they all do the same thing, whether you pay for it or it's free. But see how quick you can do that? And what can I do now? I can go in, I can get her link. All right. I can take this link right here, put the link in, and there you have it. Put your information in, change this up a little bit. Well, I noticed you were on Facebook, saw that you weren't mobile ready. Jing, thank you, Caroline. Jing is what that program's called, and it works the same way. And then send out the email. Now, I did that in less than 4 minutes. Everything I just did in less than 4 minutes. If I wasn't on here, I could do that in probably 2 minutes, and you could do the same thing. So 2 minutes times 10 people. Let's say it takes you an hour, okay? By the time you gather all your data and everything. You see how quick and how fast you can reach out to people? Now, the great thing I like about Yesware is it tells me if they open those emails or not. Yesware is free. Go to Yesware, and it will automatically attach to your Google emails. It's a great program. So, but that's how Yesware works. That's how your email program works. Make sure, I'm going to say this because I'm going to put all my data down here. Why? Because I want to be spam compliant. Does everybody get what I'm saying? Does that make sense what I'm saying? These are business to business, okay? You still have to follow some guidelines, but it's a little more lenient. I mean, they're a little more lenient on business to business. Do not send out 20 or 30,000 emails unless they have opted into a list that you've created. Don't go out and buy a list of 40 or 50,000 and think that you're going to get a great return. It's not going to happen. Okay? Got somebody saying hi to me there. All right, any questions on Yesware? Now, you're just going to have to play with this. I'm not going to make a training video. It's got plenty of training videos in it. You can do all things, kind of things with it. No, but you can create a list in your Google Mail. You can set up an email book in your Google Mail. Okay, I'm going to leave that page. Any questions on Yesware? It's yesware.com. Yesware.com. Any questions on getting information from Facebook? I had several people ask me last week, hey, how do you get information off of Facebook? You go to the About Us button. That's where most of the data is, and it's very small, and I'm sure that's why people ask, because it's hard to see. But it's right here underneath their logos and everything. And I know Timeline, they did the Timeline thing, but it's right here, okay? Now right here you've got their phone number and you've got their address. But the About Us page gives you more data. Any more questions on the Facebook page? Does everybody understand how to get the data? What I like about Facebook is it's a great search engine. Beauty salons, Dallas, Texas. And they just pop up. I mean, just as many as you want. You can come in here and search the web. Just 1,000 ways. I mean, this pulls off of Bing. YP.com, YellowPages.com, great place to get leads. Great place to get leads. Website. Just if you don't know, all you got to do is right click on that, copy link location, put it up here in your toolbar and paste it, and it gives you the website. You can click on it too. Lots of times when you click on these, unless you ask to take it out of the browser, it'll open up in the same browser. Now, YP's got it set up to where it opens up outside, so it's a lot quicker if you just say open a new browser, open link in new tab, open link in new window. But YP is another great place. How do we find the right page for their Google Places page that we link to? They've got to be in Google Places for one. Are they already on Google Places? All right, any more questions on Facebook? I'm going to hit on Pinterest real quick for a moment. I read a great article the other day. I've never really dealt with Pinterest, okay? A great way to get involved with Pinterest, and I built this quick board to show you tonight. Get you a board built and go out and invite people that are like-minded, maybe somebody that's motivational, okay? Maybe somebody that understands sales. Maybe somebody that wants to talk about business. Mix it up a little bit. Don't expect to go out there and invite in, 300 or 400 people. What you want to feed off of is their groups, okay? The people that follow them. And I just built this yesterday. So, it's a board. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach out to some people that I deal with that are in the same world that I'm in and ask them to post on my board. But what happens is they bring the people to the table, okay? They'll bring people into your board, your special board, because people follow them. And it's a great way to start building up a Pinterest board. Now, I can tell you, not being a Pinterest person and not really understanding Pinterest exactly, the best way for me to get involved with Pinterest is you just go in and you make a board. It says add, create a board, upload a pin, add a pin. It's right up here at the top where it says add, about, when you log in. Yep. And so what you want to do is you want to go out and you want to invite people. Now, it's like Woodrow and I were talking the other day. People don't go to Pinterest unless they're invited. It's not a place. It's not like Facebook, okay? It's huge because a lot of people have invited a lot of people and they share a lot of things. So this is something you're going to have to work with. I know Pinterest is part of our platform. So what you want to do is be able to build that up, go out there and search, find people, talk to them, email them, pin on their boards, and say, hey, I'd like to invite you to be a part of my board. This is what I do. I think you could bring a lot of great information to the people that are on my board. And so build those relationships, and you can build a huge board. The guy that I watched the video on the other day, he went from just like I am right here to nothing and built up about 30,000 followers on his Pinterest page, and all doing a private board. So I just wanted to point that out to you. You can see here, like I say, I just built this. I'm gonna work on it and see how it goes, and I'll show you how it goes as I build it. But Pinterest is a different animal. It's kind of like I'm very familiar with Facebook. I'm not very familiar with Pinterest, but it's a place where a lot of people are going. It's a growing venue for you to go out and do a lot of passive marketing. Okay, I'm going to show you real quick, and I know we're running out of time. Time goes so fast when I'm on here. It's like I can never get done. I want to get done. This program I was telling you about is called Screencastomatic. You can get the pro version. The pro version is $15. I'm using the free version here. And this is just how slow it is. I can sit here and in one click of a button record this, record this screen, talk, and it'll record it. And I'll show you here. You can see 3, 2, 1, it's counting down. And you can do this for free. You can do it up to 15-minute video. And that's very good because most of them limit you to 5 minutes. So I've done about 12 seconds there. I'm going to say done. Okay, and I can come right over here and publish this video to YouTube. Put my information in here, my description, my tags, what category I want to put it in, make the video public, and click upload to YouTube. Now, this is what this is good for, and I'm going to close with this. Everybody asks, Kerry, how do I make a quick video that I can put on YouTube about my business? I'm fixing to show you how with Screencastomatic. First off, and I think it's 6.7. Let me look real quick. A 640 by 480 is 6.67 by 5 at 100%. This is ready to record a 640 by 480 YouTube video. I can come up here. I can take my Screencastomatic. I can get rid of this. I'm done with this recording. Okay. It's called Screencast. I don't know what was I called? Screencastomatic. Use free version. Now I'm going to size this the size of this video. 640 by 480. Okay, that's a perfect sized video. You won't have any black lines. You won't have anything. Now I'm going to sit here and I've made these slides. Now if you have PowerPoint or whatever program you're going to use, this is PowerPoint. You can go in here and you can create your slides. I created all these slides and most of it's just texting and typing. Okay, I can click here, do my countdown. My microphone is hooked up. You can see me talking right there. Okay, I can go to my next slide. Hello, this is Kerry Miller. I'm live from my IAW studios in Northeast Texas. I would like to invite you to join our YouTube channel at youtube.com/instantappwizard.com and like our Facebook. And I can go through here and I can do the same thing. I'd like to invite you to visit mobiadgroup.com and I can have my URLs up there. I can have my logos up there. I can tell a little bit about my company. I can upload it to YouTube. And then I hit done. And whammo. There's the video I just created. You probably can't hear it, but I hear it talking on this end because it recorded while I was doing it. And then I can publish this. I'm going to sign in here. Okay, it accessed my account. I'm going to upload to you. And it's just that. Okay, we'll put the in. It does everything automatically. For example, this is now income. It's not uploading yet. So you're going to get the whole thing done. The time codes, uploads, and everything. So know this, that if you build a video, 1 minute of video, by the time you create the screens, upload videos, do everything you got to do, 1 minute is about 15 to 20 minutes work. So if you're going to do a 5-minute video, it's going to take you, by the time you get the whole thing done, about an hour. Okay? But it's a great program. Now you can see that it's uploading. We're going to go about 5 more minutes here before I close out. But and this pro account's only $15 a year. And this allows you to edit it. Okay, you can see right here, here's my YouTube video. I'm going to click on that. Now see, it's still rendering in YouTube. Give it a couple of minutes. YouTube went down today, the first time I've seen that happen in a long time. I was going nuts. But you can see it's still rendering here. It's going to take a few minutes. So with that little program, if you want to create some quick, 3 or 4 minute slides, I can tell you a 2-minute video on YouTube goes a long way when it comes to advertising. YouTube has set up new standards. You have to, I want to say at 70%, you have to get a 70% watch rate for it to actually show as a view anymore. So 70% of 10 minutes is 7 minutes. 70% of a 2-minute video is 1.4 minutes. So it's a lot easier to get that view and build yourself up on YouTube that way to do that. So keep your video short. Now it's rendered, and you can see just that few seconds, 42 seconds, took almost 6 minutes. Now it does put on the free version, it puts screencastomatic.com on the bottom of it. Any questions at all? Quick sales question. One prospect I've spoken with several times always tells me he wants his son to advise him about the app. Unfortunately, his son never seems to be around. Any idea on what I should say next time he tells me that? Yes, tell him thank you very much. Here's my phone number. Have your son call me when he gets in, and go find somebody else to sell to. Thank you, Tom. Yep. Guys, you can waste your, and let me tell you something, and I know this probably isn't good to say, but I've used other people a million times that has to make the decision when I know that I'm the one going to make the decision. Okay. Sometimes you sit there and look a guy in the eye, man, you just want to say yes, but you don't really need the product, and don't deal with them. Move on. Any other questions? But that's a great question, David, because I know a lot of people run into that, and the son will probably never be around. Leave the business card and move on. Anybody else have a question about tonight's training? Anything at all? We'll cover it real quick and roll on. And as always, I close with, as Zig always says, AAFTO, always ask for the order. And the hardest door to open is the car door. Everyone have a blessed evening. God bless, and we'll see you next Wednesday. Just to let you know, just a little tease at the end, we are working on some tools that's going to blow your mind for prospecting. Thank you, Martha. Thanks, Dave. God bless everybody. Have a great evening.